Okay, let's begin. Let's begin our practice this morning, sitting comfortably, whatever that might look like for you today. Making that little promise to ourselves that we're going to practice mindfully, that we're going to move with what feels comfortable and within our own range of comfort for today. We're going to enjoy our practice and practice safely. Take a break anytime we need to, and have a lovely, lovely energizing practice. So let's begin by, excuse me, gently closing the eyes, or just resting the eyes, lowering the lids and softening your focus. And allowing yourself a little time just to settle here. To take a break from all the visual stimulation and to begin to explore these moments through our other senses. Beginning to really pay attention to the sounds around you. Now spending a little time noticing what you're experiencing and feeling through your skin. Allowing yourself to notice the different sensations of exposed skin and skin covered by fabric and clothing. While you're sitting here, just taking the time to notice, awakening your sense of smell, maybe your sense of taste. Noticing the scent of this moment. And then gently bringing awareness away from the external and settling inside your body. Spending a little time noticing your internal experience in your body. Beginning to notice any particular physical sensations around your body. Allowing the time to notice what feels comfortable as well as what may be uncomfortable. Trying not to pass any judgments or to criticize, just to simply notice, acknowledge, and accept. Allowing a little time to notice how you're feeling mentally and emotionally. In that same non-judgmental, passive way, enjoying the luxury of not needing to get involved with what you're finding, but simply to notice. Taking a moment to come back to the physical sensation of your body sitting here and finding a gentle alignment of your spine. Feeling the length of the spine from the tail all the way to the tip of the spine without forcing. Gently allowing the chin to tuck back and down to lengthen the back of the neck, and letting your shoulders feel soft, relaxed, and the chest be free and open. Sitting in alignment and allowing a little time to focus on the experience of breathing your breath. Paying attention to the flow of each breath. Breathing through the nose as long as that's comfortable. Experiencing each in-breath and each out-breath, as though it were the first time you'd ever really noticed it. Allowing your breath to flow freely and naturally. No need to try to change it. And settling into the natural rhythm of your breath. And today, as we're abiding calmly with our breath, let's visualize a feather. Your feather, any size or color. And each time you inhale, the feather floats gently up. And each time you exhale, the feather glides and flutters softly down. Inhaling, the feather lifts gently up. Exhaling, the feather lowers gently down. Breathing, following your feather. So, pausing from following your feather, spending a few more moments in this very peaceful state of mind to set an intention for your practice, or perhaps for the weekend ahead of us. Or if you're working with a sankalpa, maybe this is a good time to connect to your sankalpa. Allowing the words to form in your mind. And when you're ready, repeating your words 3 times from your heart in your mind, clearly. And when you're ready, gently lifting the eyelids, having a little sway from side to side. We're ready for movement. Yoo-hoo! Good. Okay, so let's, before we set off, let's just make sure we're well grounded. It would be best at this point, if you're on a cushion, just to slip the cushion out and to make sure that we're comfortably grounded. So the sit bones are grounded, the spine feels happily aligned, and we have a sense of being engaged and awake in the dantian. So let's do some shoulder rolls just to make sure we're feeling comfortable here. We'll inhale forwards and up, exhale back and down, and again. One more time. Fantastic. Let's just get a little more mobility. And if we bring the arms out to the side and rotate the whole arm so the palm is up, just soften the shoulders as much as we can. Make sure again that you've got a sense of engagement in the core so we're not arching the spine. And on an exhale, we're going to rotate the hands forward, down and back as far as we can. Feel those shoulder blades working. Inhale, rotate, palms back up and back as far as you can. Good. Exhale, rotating all the way down and under. Exhale. Sorry, that was an inhale. Exhale, rotate inward. Inhale, up. Okay, let's let the spine go with it. So as we exhale, we'll let the spine gently curve and the belly button move back. And then we'll inhale and we'll open and lift the sternum. Good. And again, exhale. And inhale. One more time, exhale. And inhale. Good. Rest the arms, take a breath. Okay, let's just warm the neck up a little more. So we let the head drop gently forwards and take a breath here. Okay, we're going to make half a circle. We'll inhale as we bring the head round to the side and circle around the back gently, and then exhale as we complete the circle. And then the opposite direction. Inhale one way and exhale. Now I'm going to set you free with that. Just keep flowing with your breath, noticing how you're feeling, taking your time, feeling all of those clicks and crunches, moving gently. Balancing up, making sure you've gone both ways the same amount of times. And then we'll lift the head back up into alignment. Good. Pause and take a breath. Okay, so we're going to do a little deeper waking of the spine. We're going to take the fingertips behind us. You can actually lean down on the palms, that's fine. We're going to lift the chest and open, draw the shoulder blades together. Good. So that's an inhale. And on an exhale, we'll make sure the buttocks are grounded. We'll bring the arms up and forwards. And then we'll walk the fingers as far as we can and bow the head down. And then we'll inhale, circling the arms around, planting the hands down and lifting. And exhale, circling again, forwards and down. Okay, so we're going to see if we can develop this. We'll inhale, we'll bring the hands down, and if you'd like to and it feels safe, you can lift the hips. And then exhale as you lower the seat down, bring the arms round and forwards. Okay, so just do, let's say, another 3 of these in your time with your breath, just taking it as far as feels good for you. And after our 3 repetitions, we'll come back and sit tall. And we're going to swap for the other leg in front. Haha, see how different it feels on this side. So we'll begin with the seat grounded for a couple first. So we bring the hands behind and we lift the sternum, open the chest as we inhale. And then we'll exhale and we'll bring the arms around and forward. Bow down. Inhaling. Planting the hands, opening the chest. Exhaling and coming forwards. And now for the next 3 repetitions, if you like to lift your hips, go for it. And then we'll gently make our way back up into sitting. Good stuff. And we're going to bring our knees up together and maneuver ourselves onto all fours. Okay, so we've done some really decent spinal warming, but we're going to come back to some more spinal waving. So let's inhale into cow and exhale into cat. Good. And again, inhale into cow and exhale into cat. And we're going to set up a little bit of movement with this. So as you inhale into cow, I want you to move forward slightly. And as you exhale into cat, I want you to come back onto the heels. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Moving back onto the heels. And we'll just keep flowing with that. Taking your time. Next time you exhale, I'd like you just to settle into your child's pose. Give yourself a couple of breaths, enjoying being here, sinking the hips down, letting your weight just rest down. So we're going to do a few more cat-cows, but we're going to reverse the flow of what we've just done. So this time, as we come up, we're going to inhale and come into a cat position. Let's try it. Inhale, arching up. Good. And then we'll exhale, we'll sink the belly down into cow and we'll settle back into our child's pose. Inhale, arching up. Exhale, into cow, sinking back down. And we'll try another 3. Inhale, arching up. Exhale, into cow and down. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good stuff. Settle there again. Bring the knees a little wider if you like. Take a breath. Take a couple. Good. Okay, let's bring the knees so that they're parallel, and we're going to lift the bottom up, keep the hips above the knees, but walk the hands forward, lower the chest so you come into a puppy dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Good. And then we'll walk the hands gently back up to our tabletop position. Take a moment to align. And we're going to do some twisting and threading the needle. Let's begin with the left hand. So we're going to inhale, sweep the left hand out to the side and up, and exhale, thread it through, reach through the fingertips, but we won't settle yet. Inhale, reaching up again, opening, exhale, threading it through. One more time. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, this time we will thread it through and rest the back of the left arm down. And then if we feel safe, we're going to lift the right hand first of all up to the ceiling. Palm is facing to the left. And then we're going to rotate the right hand and we're going to tuck the hand around the back and the waist, if we can reach the waist. Take a couple of breaths, moving the right shoulder back. That's what we're aiming for here. It's a long spine that's twisted. Breathing. Good. Let's untwist the arm, bring the fingertips back up towards the ceiling, and then we'll press the palm of the right hand back into the ground to bring us back up onto our tabletop position. Take a moment to realign, to engage the core. And then we're going to do all of that with the right side. So we inhale the right hand up, opening the chest, and we exhale, we thread through, reach through the fingertips. But we're not laying it down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, thread it through. Reach. And again, inhale up. Exhale, thread it through. This time, plant the back of the right arm on the ground. If it feels safe, we can lift the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. The left palm is facing to the left. And then we're going to rotate the left hand so the palm faces the right. And we're going to wrap that arm, left arm around the back of the body, moving the left shoulder back, breathing. Good. And we're going to release the left fingertips and the arm, fingertips back up to the ceiling. And then we'll bring the left palm down to the ground, press into the palm, bring yourself back up onto all fours and take a break in your child's pose. Resting down, breathing and just seeing what you can feel here. Okay, coming back up onto all fours, or halfway towards all fours. Anyway, I'd like you to tuck your toes. So actually we're on all fours, we're on tabletop, we've tucked the toes. So we're going to do a couple of easy transitions, easy but careful transitions into a downward dog. So with our toes tucked, we're going to take the weight back, take the bottom back and lift the knees. Okay, that's all we're going to do to start off with. Lift the knees and then we'll inhale and we'll pop the knees down and rock forward. Exhale, rock back and lift the knees. Press into the hands. Inhale, come forwards. And again, exhale, rock back, lift the knees. So the purpose of this is to start to identify where you're working. Push into the hands, lengthen the arms, good. Inhale, rock forwards, knees down. Exhale, rock back, lift the knees, but this time lift the tail up and come into your downward dog. Good. And then we'll inhale, we'll lower the tail back down, the knees are still hovering, and then we'll drop the knees down and rock forward. Okay, exhale, rock back, the knees lift, the tail lifts, we come into downward dog. Good. Inhale, we lower the tail, the nails are still hovering, the knees are still hovering, and then we lower the knees and we rock forward. Let's do it one more time. Exhale, lift the knees, lift the tail. Good. Inhale, lower the tail, and then lower the knees, rock forward. Let's come up into our downward dog then. Exhaling, weight back, knees lift, tail lifts. In your downward dog, pressing through the hands, and we'll just walk the dog, lowering alternate heel. That's it. Very good. Breathing all the while, nice and steady. Good. Okay, let's lower both the heels. Let's see how downward dog feels today. Great. And we're going to walk the tootsies towards the hands until we come into a comfortable forward fold. And we're going to soften the knees if we need to, and we're going to hang just for a bit. So hold the opposite elbow, let your head be nice and heavy. You can have a little rock from side to side or make a figure eight. Just allowing the weight of your spine, your head and your shoulders to draw you down. Good. Okay, let's do some transitions through our halfway tabletop. So we're going to inhale, we'll release the elbows, and we're going to let the arms drop and find a long straight spine wherever it is. Good. And then we'll exhale, bend the knees, soften the knees, rest back down into your hanging position. And again, inhale, straighten the legs, finding your long straight spine, head and neck aligned too. And exhale and hang. 2 more times. Inhale, find that long spine. Exhale and hang. 1 more. Inhale, long straight spine, wherever it is. Exhale and hang. Take a little time here, have a breath. And then release the arms. And we're going to come up, but we're going to come up, first of all, we're going to kind of lead with the chest. So it's straightening the spine, keeping the knees bent, leading up with the chest, and then pressing through the thighs to bring you all the way up. Good. Into your mountain pose. Let's see if I can find the head and shoulders, and we'll do a little work in our mountain pose. Brilliant. Okay, so let's just find today's mountain pose and settle there. So just checking whether it's feet together or feet slightly apart that gives you the stability that you need. Having that sense of grounding down through the soles of the feet evenly, sending out roots deep into the earth that nourish you and stabilize you, that draw up wonderful energy through the legs into the core of you, your lovely long spine, nice soft shoulders, head and neck, beautifully aligned, breathing into the mountain within you that is strong, sturdy, magnificent and beautiful, utterly alive, even when it's completely still. Wonderful. So I'd like us to do a little bit of goddess work. We're going to step our feet apart comfortably, turn the feet out, and we're going to, let's bring the palms together. So before we set off, let's have that little checklist. Engaged in the core, in the dantian, to make sure that we have neutral hips and a nice long spine that's protected. And then we'll start to sink the tail, bend the knees, just come to a point that's comfortable for you today. I'm just checking my knees and toes are going in the same direction. Good. Lovely. Okay, let's come into our classic goddess. Shoulders soft, broad across the chest and collarbone. Lovely. Good. Taking a breath. So remember, anytime you need to, you can take a rest. We're going to do some side stretching in our goddess. So we're going to bring left hand to the outside of the right hip, and we're going to stretch over to the left. And then we'll inhale, come back into our classic goddess, and exhale over to the other side. Inhale into goddess. Exhale and stretch. Inhale into goddess. Exhale and stretch. Inhale into goddess. Exhale and stretch. This time I'd like you to stay here, take a couple of breaths, keep that sinking down of the tailbone. Good, back into your goddess. And over to the other side, couple of breaths. Back into your goddess. And then we'll rise up, release your arms, and we'll heel toe back into our mountain pose. Pause and take a breath. Take the time to notice how you're feeling. Good. Okay, we're going to do one more. This is quite fun. Well, I think it is anyway. So we're going to be like sumo wrestlers with our goddess pose. The legs are parted again. The feet are turned out. We'll just sink down. So for this one, you can bring your palms together in prayer. You can lace the fingers if you prefer. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the weight. So I'll do a slow motion one over to the right. I'm going to take the weight onto my right leg, lift and circle, and then plant the left leg back down. And then we'll just alternate sides. So we inhale, we lift, whoops, and we circle, exhale down. Good. Inhale and exhale. I'm not doing it very controlled, am I? Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Do one more time each side. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Well done. Rising up. Releasing the hands. Let's come back into our mountain pose. Pause and take a breath. Basking in the afterglow of your sumo goddess. Wonderful. Okay, let's come to the top of our mats. Let's put together a little sequence to energize us even more this morning. So from our mountain pose, let's just take a moment to ground and to focus once again. And we'll bring the arms up as we inhale, radiating alignment through the fingertips. And we're going to exhale and come into a chair pose. Take the seat back, keep the spine and the arms aligned. Take a breath. And then we'll bring the arms down. And we'll reach down for the ground, fingertips to the ground. We'll inhale and take the right leg back into a nice low lunge, lengthening the spine. Good. Now we're going to drop the right knee, press into the left knee to bring us up, keep the hips sinking down and forwards, and we'll bring the arms up beside the ears, lifting and lengthening the spine, taking a breath. Good. And then we'll bring the hands gently back down to the ground, plant them down around about hip level, and rock the hips back, lengthening through the left leg. And again, just lengthening the spine. Taking a breath. Good. Now we're going to rock forwards again. Move the hands so they're about the same level as the left foot. Lift the right knee and step back with the right leg into a downward dog, tail high. Good. So from here, we're going to inhale, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, lift that right hip, open the hip. That's it, take a breath. Great. Okay, very slowly, we're going to rotate and we're going to bring that right knee gently down, take the weight forward, and we're going to plant the right knee beside the right hand. Lower the hips down, come into a pigeon position. So make sure the left leg is long and you're resting on top of the foot. It's a long line. We can move the hands a little out to the sides, pressing down through the hands as we lift the spine and sink the hips. Keeping the chest nice and open. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of sleeping pigeons. So we will exhale, bend the elbows, lower the upper body down to the ground. And then we inhale and we lift. So we're pressing into the hands, but we're not bringing the shoulders up to the ears. Shoulders are a long way from the ears. Good. And again, exhale, bend the elbows, lowering down. Inhale up. One more time. Bend the elbows, lowering down. Inhale up. Wonderful stuff. Okay, so we're going to press into the hands. We're going to lift the hips and draw the right knee back. So we're in a kind of tabletop position. Tuck the toes. Come back into downward dog. Good. And we're going to walk the feet gently towards the hands into a nice soft forward fold. And then as we did before, we're going to come up, bring the hands onto the hips, and we'll lengthen the spine. Lead with the chest as you come up, soften the knees. And then when you're ready, start to use the thighs, press down into the ground to rise all the way up. Good. And we're back in our starting point. Just take a breather in your mountain pose. Okay, let's do it on the other side. So we inhale, we bring the arms up, we radiate alignment through the fingertips. And we exhale, we bend the knees, take the tail back, coming into a chair pose. Pause there and take a breath. Great. Then we'll bring the arms gently down to the ground. And we'll step back with the left leg. Nice slow lunge. Take a moment just to sink the hips to lengthen the spine. Good. And then we'll drop the left knee down. Press into the right thigh to come up. Hips are still moving down. And we'll bring the arms up beside the ears. And we'll enjoy a little bit of equal and opposite. Sinking down of the hips, lifting of the spine. Breathing here. Good. Bringing the hands gently back down to the ground, around about where the hips are. And then we'll rock the hips back, lengthening the right leg and seeing if we can lengthen the spine, taking a breath here. Good. Rocking gently forwards. Once again, we'll move the hands to beside the right foot. We'll lift the left knee and we'll step back with the right leg into downward dog. Good. And this time we'll inhale and lift the left leg up. Bend the left knee and open the left hip. Take a breath. And then we'll start to very gently rotate the hip round. Take the weight forward and bring the left knee towards the left hand, planting it down beside the left hand, sinking the hips down, lengthening through the right leg into our pigeon. And we'll just move the hand slightly out to the side to give us some space and a little bit of uplift. So again, equal and opposite, sinking down in the hips, rising up through the spine. Good. Chest bursting forward. And we'll do some little lowers and lifts. So we're going to exhale as we lower down, bending the elbows. Inhale, rising back up. And again, exhale down. Inhale up. One more time, exhale down. Inhale up. Wonderful. Palms down, press into the palms to gently lift back onto a tabletop position. Tuck the toes, come into your downward dog. And then we'll walk towards the hands, coming into a nice easy forward fold. Let's hang here just for another breath or two. Good. Okay, let's bring the hands to the hips. Let's lengthen the spine and start to inhale and lead up, pushing through the chest to lead up. And then when you're ready, engage the legs to bring you up into your mountain pose. Release the hips and just pause, take a couple of breaths in your mountain. Great. Okay, let's do a little bit of airplane for our balance today. So if we come kind of to the center of the mat, facing long ways, let's just focus, ground and focus, find our calm and steady breath. And take a focus with the eyes just below eye level, soft focus. Or engaged, and we'll transfer the weight to the left leg, and we'll just gently bring the right knee up in front of us. A little bit of preparation, just hugging it up. We can soften the supporting leg, the left leg, and we'll thread the right leg back. And we'll bring the arms gently out to the sides as we find our airplane. Breathing here. Coming down to have a look. That's it, stay good, well done. Lengthening through that back leg as much as you can using the core. That's it. Brilliant. Okay. Let's now lower the leg down and come back into a mountain pose and just pause for a couple of breaths. Good stuff. Right, let's try that on the other side. Just taking your time once again to focus and to ground. And then we'll begin to take the weight onto the right leg to lift the left knee up in front. We'll release the left knee and we'll thread it gently back as we find our balance in our airplane. Breathing here. Good. Even better on that side there. Okay, let's lower that leg gently back down and into our mountain pose. Pause and breathe. Wonderful. Okay, let's do some garland pose to, I'll just lower that down a bit, to take us back down to the ground. So garland pose, legs are comfortably apart, we can adjust. Feet are turned out, it's a deep squat. So you're going to bring the palms together into Gashar, engaging the core muscles so that we have an aligned spine, doggy doubles, an aligned spine and a neutral pair of hips. And then we're going to sink the tail down, keeping the spine long as much as you can. And then we'll bring, elbows into between the thighs if we can. Maybe we can rock a little from side to side, you never know. Good. Okay, then we're going to see if we can possibly lean forward and find a gentle landing. Mine was a bit of a thud. Drop that bottom down. Good, well done. And let's rock from side to side. So a lot of attention is being paid to those piriformis muscles again. It's nice to rock just to soothe them. There we go. Okay, let's come back to our nice central position. Just pause, take a moment to ground through the sitting bones to find some uplift. We're going to do a little bit of forward folding with our butterfly legs. So in fact, let's use the triple intersection energy line, the pressure point. So 3 fingers width above the ankle bone. You'll find that little tender point. We apply a little pressure either side to that tender point. So it's 3 fingers above the ankle bone. And it's on the shin bone there. And when you've got it, or somewhere similar, somewhere nearby, a little pressure with the thumbs, then we'll take a breath in and we'll grow tall, feeling that downward energy through the sit bones and uplift through the spine. And then we're going to fold forwards, hinge from the hips as far as you can, keeping the pressure on the pressure point. And then we'll just drop the head, let gravity work with you and take a few breaths. Good. Inhale, gently come back up. Bring the knees together for now. So I'm going to try and mirror you. So left knee on the ground pointing forward, right foot crossed across. Have we got that? Across, that's it. So now we just take a moment, adjust until you can get comfy, trying to ground down through both the sitting bones and find a sense of uplift through the spine. So we're going to wrap the left arm around this right leg, if we can, and draw the thigh closer to the body. And then we're going to take the right hand, plant it behind the spine, grow tall as you inhale and exhale, find the twist. Just take a few breaths, see if you can soften into this, release a little, release the thighs. Relax any tensions anywhere that are preventing you from actually moving into the twist. Good. Let's gently untwist. And let's set ourselves up on the other side. So this time, the right knee is down and pointing in front of us. The left foot crosses over the right knee. We'll just adjust so we can lower both the sit bones down. Good. And this time, the right arm's going to hug the left knee, drawing it close to the body. The left palm planted behind the spine, just away from the body. And we breathe as we lift. Inhale as we lift the spine, and exhale as we find some twist and explore where it can go. Spending a little time just breathing and allowing the body to release into the twist. Good. Let's gently untwist and untwist the legs. And let's allow ourselves to, we're coming to Dandasana, staff rug pose. We'll sit tall, lengthen the legs. Good. And just take a moment to press down through the palms, beside the hips. Find a little more uplift maybe. Good. Having done that, we're now going to release the hands and we're going to release the legs a little bit. And we're going to hinge from the hips, folding forward, keeping the spine long. And we're going to find a forward fold that's comfortable without straining. If you like, you can actually just lay your hands on the floor and bow the head and just breathe into the forward fold. Trying to find as much length as possible through the spine. Imagine you're breathing from the tail of the spine all the way up the spine. Good. Okay, let's rise back up. And now let's curl the spine as we gently ease all the way down to the ground. Slowly, slowly coming into your Shavasana. Okay, let the legs flop, let the arms relax, relax your shoulders and get your hips into a comfortable position. Take a few breaths. And let's bend the knees. Let's pause and let the lower back just sink in. And then we'll bring the knees up to the chest, first one and then the other. Give them a good hug. And if you might find that if you really hug the knees a little closer into the chest, that your spine will kind of curl a little more and you'll find the pressure maybe midway up the spine. I'd like you to do that today because that will really hit where the kidneys are. So hug the knees in close and then rock and roll from side to side, giving the kidneys a little bit of massage. Kidneys are kind of rib level, center of the back, rather than so much lower down. Good, either side of the spine. Okay, let's stop the rocking, relax the shoulders. Let's inhale and lift the forehead to the knee, and let's pause here and just take a couple of breaths. Exhale, lower the head back down, and do a little core crunching. So relax the arms for the time being down beside the body and bring the soles of the feet up to the ceiling. Great, relax the shoulders, relax your face. Good, so we're going to Reach up with the arms. Bring the arms parallel to the legs. Great. So on an inhale, we're going to lift the head and shoulders, reaching towards the feet. And exhale, lower down. And again, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Well done. Relax the arms. Bend the knees. And let's bring first of all the right foot to the ground and then the left. Bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees flop, and bring the palms of your hands to the lower abdomen. Let some warmth from your palms just seep gently into the lower abdomen. Take a couple of breaths. Good. Let's do some lovely reclining twist. Bring the arms out to the sides, shoulder level, palms face up. We'll draw the knees back together, but we're going to lift them. Lift the feet back off the ground, make some right angles, and let's squeeze the knees together. I want that to be our focus for our reclining twist today. Squeeze. Keep squeezing the thighs and the knees together. Take a breath in here. And breathe out. Take those knees and thighs over to the right, squeezing together all the time, turning the head to the left, nice and steady. We're going to flow. So we inhale, we lift gently back up, squeezing them together, and we exhale over to the other side. Just as far as we can comfortably go. Inhaling back up, squeezing knees and thighs together. Exhale to the side. Good work. Well done. Inhale up, squeezing them together. Exhale over to the side. Inhale up, slow and steady. Exhale to the side. We're going to pause here. So you can stop squeezing for a few breaths. Just let yourself sink in here and release a little. And we're going to, if you're comfortable to, we're going to gently move the upper knee, which is the left knee, towards the chest. I'm going to plant my right hand on the knee and slide the right knee further away. See if I could reach my right foot or toe or ankle or whatever with my left hand. And just pause there, take a few breaths. Good, let's release, draw the knees together, and let's squeeze the knees and thighs together one more time to inhale, lift them up, over to the other side. Keep them squeezed for now. And then when you get there, release them. Give yourself a couple of breaths, just relaxing, softening into your twist. You can stay and just soften and breathe in your twist, or if you'd like to play a little, we can draw the right knee closer to the chest, rest the left hand on the outside of the right knee, and then slide the left knee away. See if you can capture the left toe with the right hand. And just pause there, breathe, see what happens. And then releasing, drawing the knees together, bringing them back up to center, use his tummy muscles. And we'll find a little bit of happy baby. So we'll part the knees, we'll direct the knees towards the armpits, and we'll grasp the soles of the feet or the big toes, whatever works for us, as we find a little rock and roll with our happy baby. And we find a little happy baby smile. A little bit of happy baby freedom. Maybe there's a little happy baby giggle as well. Okay. So release your happy baby and come into Shavasana for your final relaxation. But I'd like you to make sure that you are really comfortable, warm and comfortable. So pop some clothes back on. And if you'd like to use a cushion, that's perfectly acceptable, or 2 cushions and a blanket, that's fine. So, lying in Shavasana with the intention of nothing but relaxation, acknowledging that this part of your practice is as important as any of your stretches, any of your intentions, any of your breathing. This is the point where it all comes together and is absorbed and your body settles with it. So make sure you give yourself this time. Close your eyes, rest your eyes again. Nothing else to do. If you have an eye pillow, that's marvelous. If not, just rest them. Come back inside your body and take a little time to notice how you're feeling. Feeling your body and the weight of your body resting into the ground. Noticing the points of contact, your heels, feeling the backs of your legs, feeling your hips, your buttocks, noticing where your spine touches the ground, noticing the little space where the spine lifts, natural curves. Feeling your shoulder blades sinking into the ground, backs of your arms, perhaps the backs of your hands. Feeling your head resting down, the whole of your body supported by the surface beneath you, allowing you to release and let go. Noticing your breath, the gentle, constant flow that requires no effort. Breathing and relaxing. While you're relaxing, I'd like to share with you a few excerpts from a children's book, in fact, a children's book of mindfulness called Happy by Nicola Edwards and Katie Hickey. Real life is right under our noses. We can miss it by rushing around, but stopping to smell life's sweet roses is where true happiness can be found. When we're still, there's space to listen. Listen to the sweet song of wind in the trees, the gruff rumble of cars in the distance, or the whisper of rustling leaves. Even the darkest storm passes. The sunshine can't shine brightly every day, but we can sit with our feelings and notice how they roll through us, then blow away. It's not just our minds we get trapped in. Our bodies can feel tension too. We can loosen our limbs when that happens. Like the sun from the clouds, we break through. Touch calms the wildest emotions. We can connect to the world all around when we dip our toes in the ocean or crunch crisp golden leaves on the ground. The warmth of a hug can work wonders. Being happy is something you feed with a smile or a touch or a kindness. Even the tallest trees grow from a seed. We breathe deep and expand like the galaxy. We breathe out many thousands of stars. And if ever we start to feel panicky, this reminds us of just who we are. Real life is right under our noses. It's what's here, not the future or past. Every day is a fresh new adventure. Now we live in the moment at last. Recalling the intention you set at the start of your practice, take a few moments now to reconnect with that intention and reaffirm it, repeating it in your mind 3 times with a sense of confidence that your intentions will be. And I invite you today to offer yourselves directly a little loving kindness, repeating the phrases in your mind, allowing them to resonate within you. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be filled with loving kindness. Slowly beginning to reconnect with your body and to reconnect with your environment. Starting to make some little moves, fingers, toes, and allowing that to develop into some stretches. Being awoken by the dog, enthusiastically having a jolly good stretch and rolling onto your side if you'd like to, taking a little time there. Gently coming up into sitting when you're ready for a lovely day. And let's just seal our practice. We'll bring the palms together, gasho, gratitude and respect, but we're just going to take the palms and the thumbs to the forehead, gently touching the forehead and repeating in your mind kind thoughts. Bringing the thumbs to the lips, saying in your mind kind words. And then bringing the thumbs to the chest level, hovering around the heart, kind intentions. And thank you for practicing today. Well done. Thank you. Okay, let's unmute. Elle.
Hi, can you hear us?